about real estate, ETF. What should your children know? How do you build wealth in the family? Building generational wealth, that's what we're going to be talking about. Utilizing, you stopping saving, using ETF, using businesses, real estate, and getting to that millionaire status and gaining financial freedom, because that's the goal. And tonight is the family and finance night. And family and finance night, welcoming everyone. So if you want to learn about we're going to be talking about 10 things that you should do within the family so that you can start gaining financial freedom. This is the special edition. Mrs. Matt, how are you? Samuel, how are you? I know how it's gotten done, right? Tap out the live, invite your friends over. Mo Casino, welcome in. How are you all doing? Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. If you're new here, I'm Dr. Lina. I'm a doctor of business and technology, and I help professionals turn their income into real wealth. And tonight it's about you stopping saving, ETF, businesses, real estate, and getting to that millionaire status. And financial freedom is the goal. We're talking about financial freedom in the family. That's what we're talking about tonight. Tonight is about family and finance. We only do this on Sunday evenings. Welcoming everyone. How are you all doing? How are you all doing? Welcome. And we know the drill. Tap out the live. As soon as we get to 10,000 taps, we get the class started. So you want to learn about ETF. If I had to choose ETF or real estate, if I want to gain financial freedom, what am I going to use? ETF or real estate, right? And these are the things that we're going to be learning today. Welcome in. How are you? Tap out the live. How are you doing? And we are going to let's use the orange or make it subtle, okay? What color do we use tonight? Because it's family and finance night. Tap out the light. Welcome in, everyone. Oh, they welcome in. Sasha, welcome in. Invite your friends over. We're talking about real estate, ETF, becoming a millionaire, gaining financial freedom. That's what we're talking about. P guy, how are you doing? Welcome back again. Stanley, welcome in. We're going to be talking about 10 things. 10 things you do as a family to gain financial for King 001. Welcome in back, welcome back in again. And we know what to do. Tap out the live. We get started as soon as we get to 5,000 taps and 50 shares. 5,000 taps and 50 shares. Welcome in Shikara, Ola, Petro, Sancha, welcome in. If you're new here, we talk about financial freedom. Money is just a tool. Financial freedom is a goal. So if your own is to end paycheck to paycheck, end the paycheck to paycheck cycle, gain financial freedom for your family, that's what we're talking about here. So tap out the live, get the class started. And my YouTube community, how are you all doing tonight? How are you doing? Make sure you click on that subscribe button. Let me know where you're connected from. If you're new here, put one in the comment. Let me know where you're connected from. In the past 4 days, we have been here, and we already marked country number 30 in terms of our journey of in the number of people being here. So let's keep tapping out the light. In Nkechi Vivian, tonight is about family and finance. Tonight is about family and finance, and we're going to be talking about what are those 10 things that you would need to do, right, to build generational wealth. As soon as we get to 5,000 taps, we get the class started. So the earlier we start tapping, tap out the live. If you're new here, make sure you click on that follow button. And we're talking about tonight is family and finance. And we do this only on Sundays, only on Sunday night. So because we want to see how financial freedom in family. Thank you so much. Let's keep tapping out the live. As soon as we get to 5,000 taps, we'll get started. The other part of it is that if you also want to ask questions, you have the opportunity to ask questions during this session, right? We can get you on the panel if you want to come on the panel as well. So this is the only day we get to do that, okay? This is the only day, so you can request up, tap out the live, get your daily at me. As soon as we do that, we ask for you to tap out the live, get your daily at me if you can, and of course, share out the live, because we want as many people to be here so we don't keep going back. And this is very, very, maybe it's financial freedom, stop saving, ETF, businesses, real estate, financially free, right? Yours might be becoming a millionaire. That might be your own goal, and that's what we talk about. This is the $1 Million League. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. welcome in on the YouTube side as well. Make sure you click on that subscribe button if you're new here. How are you doing? How are you doing? Happy Sunday. And my voice might be a little bit funny, right? That's because we are on a freedom drive, financial freedom drive through the month of July, just so we can help as many people to gain financial freedom. All right. So we will be talking about we'll be talking about 10 things, right? 10 things that we're doing in the Adebanjo welcoming, 10 things we do in the family. And we're waiting on us to get to. Let's keep tapping out. Invite your friends over, get your spouses over. Are you the saver in the family and your spouse is the spender? It takes two people in a marriage, right? It takes two people, the spender and the saver. So you need to, otherwise it's going to be an issue, right? That's what we're talking about today, family and finance. So we're going to be talking about financial education in your kids' financial education. So financial education in kids. All right. So things like, should you have your kids? Should they start working early? Should they have a Roth IRA, custodial Roth IRA? Should you have them on authorized credit card? All those kind of things. We're going to be talking about that entrepreneurship, saving, budgeting for kids. We'll talk about that. Then we will talk about the family four account system, right? The family four account system. We're going to talk about that. So let's keep tapping out the live. Let's keep tapping out the live. If you'll be sitting here for about more than a minute, it looks like what you are looking for. Make sure you click on that follow button. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in, everyone. Awesome. And if you're just meeting me, I'm Dr. Lina. I'm a doctor of business and technology. I have my doctorate and my master's in strategic business and information management system. So my day job, I'm a vice president of technology and also a professor teaching AI, cybersecurity, deep learning, and information management system. And also I'm an economist and also a chartered accountant. And I say this not because of anything, but just to tell you that even with all of this, right, I still did not gain financial freedom. And my family did not gain financial freedom until we stopped saving, we started investing in ETF, real estate, and business. Just so you can also understand. That might be the reason why you're making some good money but you're still feeling financially stuck. Morning, it's Monday. Oh yeah, it's Monday. Oh wow, it's already Monday. I'm in Texas, in the United States. Okay, so it's 8:39 p.m. here in Texas. So good to thank you so much for sharing that. But where are you connecting from? Indicate where you're connecting from. Let me know. If you're new here, put one in the comments. I'm new here, put one. We already marked 30 countries already. And number 30 country was 80. 80 was number 30. Just click on the follow button. Awesome. See? Awesome. Welcome in. And Elvis Mempi from Abu Dhabi. I have been seeing my UAE. What do they call them? What do they like? Yeah, I've been seeing them right in the UK, but she is in the US. Oh, she's in the US. Oh, okay, I see. Right in the UK, but she is in the US. Oh, I got that. Awesome. Let's keep tapping out the live. As soon as we get to 5,000 taps, okay? 5,000 taps to get it started. We talk tonight is family and finance, right? The kids' education. I'm very big on family, and you would understand shortly because we're going to talk about that. Family and the family for account system. So let's share the life. Let's keep tapping out the life. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about emergency fund. We're going to talk about emergency fund. Right, these are the 10 things that you need in the family, right? We're going to be talking about that. We're talking about retirement account. We'll talk about how to invest as a family, how to build multiple streams of income, that planning, that scholarships and education planning for your kids. Like somebody like us, we were doing 5 to 9, but then we started using real estate. If you want to learn about that to fund kids education, we'll talk about that as well. How to build family credits wisely, right? how to build that wisely. We're going to be talking about that as well. Estate planning and legacy, living trust, all of those things like insurance. We'll be talking about that. It's all around protection and family wealth meetings. We'll be talking about that as well. So let's keep tapping out the live. Thank you all for tapping out the live. If you're new here, make sure you click on that follow button. If you'll be sitting more than a minute or two, make sure you click on the follow button. Trust me, we'll talk about ETF, because when we are talking about investment in family, we'll talk about ETF. We're going to talk about real estate, overall financial freedom in the family. That's what we are talking about tonight. How are you all doing? Welcome, welcome in, everyone. All right. All right. Let's keep tapping out the live. All right. All right. Okay. Great, great, great. Let's keep tapping out. Thank you all for tapping. Titos, welcome in. Welcome in. Awesome, awesome. So, whenever we talk about, and you can also come up if you want. Dina, welcome in. If you want to come up or you have questions specifically, you have the opportunity to ask tonight, right? You have the opportunity to ask tonight. Welcome in, Dina. Make sure you click on the follow button and let's tap because we will need to get to 5,000 tabs and 50 shares for us to get the class started. If you're new here, drop where you're connecting from. Pike 2 to welcome in. How are you all doing? The minute we get to 5,000 tabs, you want to get it started. You want to know how do you manage your kids. Hey, yes, that's how it's been done. You will see she comes in, she will say hello. You will see that she say hello. She taps out the live. She gets a daily at me. That's what we do here. Welcome to the $1 Million League. Welcome in, everyone. Yes, I told you. I just told you. So come in, send a comment, and that's how you get all 5 points when you get into this life or when you get into life in general. You come in, you say hello, you tap out the life, you get your daily at me. If you can give, that is great. But that's it. That is how you get it all started. So good to have each and every one of us tonight. How are you all doing? Thank you so much for the Go Populars. Yes, Go Populars help this life as well. And we're on the family and finance. We're going to be talking about ETF, right? One question I get most of the time, ETF or real estate, right? ETFs or real estate, which one should we invest in? But tonight we're going to be talking it as a family, as part of the family and finance. Which one should you invest in, ETF or real estate? And which one is going to give you financial freedom? You want to build generational wealth. Which one is going to be better for you? As a family, that's what we are going to be talking about. And it might be like, okay, you know what? I don't have a family yet, but you're going to have a family in future. Or it might be like, okay, you know what? I prefer not to even have a family or whatever, right? This is also going to be beneficial to you. So let's keep tapping out the live. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in, everyone. How are you all doing? The goal is for us to be financially free. As a matter of fact, when we talk about financial freedom, what do you understand as financial freedom? User, welcome into the family. What do you understand as financial freedom? Financial freedom simply means living life at your own terms. Living life at your own terms. So simply means no one is controlling your time. What does that mean? Even if you're a medical doctor making 300,000, 400,000, if you don't have control over your time, that is not financial freedom. You are just trading your time for money. Basically, that's all that you're doing. To gain financial freedom, you need to have control. You need to have control over your time. What does that mean? You should need to be making money in your sleep. That's what it simply means, right? So you want to, and that's where you want to get to. Thank you all for tapping out the live. Really appreciate that. As soon as we get to 5,000 tab, the quicker we get there, the earlier we start with the journey. So tap out the live, invite your friends over, press the forehead, learn to appreciate. Welcome to the family. Awesome. And if this is the $1 Million League, QT just joined the family. Welcome to the family. If you're new here, welcome in. As a matter of fact, drop one, I am new here. Drop one in the comment section. I am new here. Drop one in the comment section so that I can officially welcome you I'll welcome you warmly the way we welcome here in the Million Dollar League. This is the Million Dollar League, the community of millionaires. If your goal is to get to that $1 million status, or your goal is to gain financial freedom, because it's not everybody that wants to get to, let's be honest, not everybody wants to get to the $1 million status. Some people just want a financial freedom number. I am comfortable at this stage. If that's your goal, then you are in the right place. Make sure you tap out the live, get your friends over, share out the live, get your daily at me. If you are new here, drop one in the comment. I am in Texas, in United States. Drop one and let me know where you're connecting from. Right now, let me know where you're connecting from. I am in Texas, in United States, and I'm Dr. Lina. I'm a doctor of business, and I help professionals turn their income into real wealth. How do we do that? We use the millionaire's blueprint, right? We use ETF, right? ETF, what is ETF? Exchange traded funds, right? We use real estate. Real estate is those single family homes, those multi-family homes. As a matter of fact, I own and manage double-digit real estate portfolio. That's what I own, that double-digit real estate portfolio. Businesses. Ghana is here. I'm new in Florida. Welcome from Ghana. Welcome from Florida. Welcome in, everyone. Yeah, if you're new, drop one and let me know the country. I've been seeing a lot of, my people in Florida. We share the same weather. Texas and Florida share the same weather. And then I've seen a lot of my Ghanaians. Obia just joined the family. Welcome in. Welcome in. For anyone that is new and you're just joining, or you're just, please welcome to the family. Welcome in. Welcome in. Let me know where you're connecting from. Dallas, Texas. Please, you are new. Awesome. Welcome in. Make sure you click the follow button. Click on the follow button. I tell you, this is not your regular life. That's why you see that we stick to the gun, even if it takes us a minute to get to our 5,000 tabs and or 5,000 tabs and 50 shares before we get the class started. Because very soon you would see about 100 people coming in, and then what's going to happen? You have been here, and some people will come in. They will join later, and then they will say, "Oh, can you repeat?" And then it's going to take the class all over again. Okay, that's why you tap out the live. If you're new here, please welcome in Obia. Welcome in from Dubai. I've been seeing a lot of people from UAE. I've been seeing, at least I've counted at least 20 to 30 and Ghanaians as well. I've seen a lot. Florida, maybe two. I've seen a lot, but we have represented 30 countries so far. 30 countries in the past 4 days. 30 countries this month alone. 30 countries. That is absolutely amazing. Welcome in, welcome in. And we're going to, so what we need to do for everyone that is new here, all you have to do is tap out the live, get your daily at me, turn notification bell on so that you know whenever I'm live, okay? I teach regular day, I am teaching ETF, businesses, how to get ETF, how to buy ETF, how to invest. So if you are looking for you've been thinking about investing, how to invest, I'm going to be teaching you that. How to buy real estate, that is, I can teach you that as well, because I own and manage double-digit real estate portfolio. Financial freedom, most importantly, because the goal is financial freedom. So let me show you something, right? This is your income, and we are still tapping to 5,000. We're still tapping to 5,000. The minute we get to 5,000, we will get the class started. So tap out the live, press my forehead on the screen, and invite your friends over. You will see your contacts, see the drop down, and start inviting them over, right? And then for tapping out the live, just tap the screen, right? Tap out the screen, invite, sharing the live, press my forehead on the screen and invite. You see your contact, invite every one of them. The other thing you can do, if you have large following, do a repost. Repost helps. If you can, go popular helps as well, right? And if you be sitting there for more than a minute, or that's go popular. You see like 212, that's go popular right there. It costs you 1 penny, but it just puts us straight on the FYP. That is you giving back the same way I'm teaching you right now about teaching you. You are also blessing others when you do that. When you share, you're also blessing others. My goal is one thing, to reduce poverty. How do I reduce poverty? Because when people are financially literate, when people are financially free, guess what is going to happen? There's going to be lesser poverty. When there's lesser poverty, what's going to happen? Crime is going to reduce. So whenever you tap out the live, if that's all that you can do, that's fine. When you get your daily at me, when you share the live, when you do your go popular, or you give this community, because that you give here, that is a form of you giving back, right? That's because we're going to get on the FYP. That's the only thing the algorithm understand. Unfortunately, that's what the algorithm understand. That's why TikTok is great, and my YouTube community. Make sure you click on that follow button, on the subscribe button. So let's keep tapping out the live as soon as we get to 5,000. So as I was saying, whenever we're talking about financial freedom, right? We're still getting them. This is just intro. Income. It starts with your income. What you do with this income really matters. What you do with this income really matters, because it's going to determine if you're going to gain financial freedom or not. Kingsley, welcome to the family. If you're new here, drop one in the comments and know where you're connected from. I am in Texas, in United States. Tap out the live. Let's get it to 5,000 taps. If you're new here, drop one in the comment section. One, I am new here, right? And let me know if there's anything that you want to learn. Let me know as well. Nizio, just click on the follow button. Welcome in. Let me know where you're connected from. Already we have 30 countries represented here. 30, which was 80 today. We found Australia and 80. Australia was number 28, country 29, and 80 was 30 today. So good to have you. As soon as we get to 5,000 taps, we'll get the class started. And if what you want to know today is family and finance, we're going to be talking about kids education, right? Kids education when it comes to what's it called? When it comes to how should you set up your kids? So if you have kids, that's great. The other thing is that the 4-account system for kids, for family in general, investing in family. If you want to learn about all those things about protection, things like living trust, your LLC, how do you protect your family, insurance? We're going to be talking about that today. Today is the only day that we spend on family, because we've seen something. Data as it is one of the major factors that breaks family is money. Finances breaks a lot of family. A lot of families are broken just because of finances. So why are we not talking about it? Trust me, Dr. Lina is going to talk about it. Yes, we are all going to talk about it. So let's keep tapping out the live. Get it to 5,000. If you're new here, drop one in the comments and let me know where you're connecting from. Nezayo is from UK, and we do have Bliss from Accra, Obia from Dubai. Yeah, so we're waiting on country number 31 today. Uche, welcome in, welcome in. Make sure you click on the follow button. Let me know where you're connecting from. I am in Texas, in United States. We're going to be starting the class shortly. Tap out the live to 5,000 taps. And of course, share the live. Press my forehead on the screen. Invite your friends over. You are from Biafra. That sounds like Nigeria, right? Welcome in from Nigeria. So press my forehead on the screen. You will see your contacts come over, and we're going to be then invite each and every one of them, right? And then the other thing, you can do a repost. If you have been sitting there for more than 2 minutes, a minute or two, you're waiting to learn, click on that follow button. Get your pen and paper. This is not your regular life. By the time you're done, you will see that you have built. You would learn a lot of things. By the time you're done, you would have learned a lot of things. At least there's 1 or 2 things that you will learn from this life. So get your pen and paper. Welcome in, everyone. Awesome. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in, everyone. If you're new here, make sure you click on that follow button. We're talking about family and finance, right? Family and finance night. That's what we are here to do. And we're talking about all of this. We're going to talk about investing in family. And if you have any specific question, you can invite up. I will bring you right up here, and I'm going to answer your question today. That's the only day that you can request, and I would accept you. If you want to come up, or you have a question or anything, you want to come on the panel, so I'm not the only one teaching, it's okay. You can actually request up today. Welcome in. Hey, the Grace Chairs, welcome in. Welcome in. Make sure you click on that follow button. Make sure you click on the subscribe button here. Awesome. So when I say stop saving, what do I mean? What do I mean? 5 likes, 5K. Awesome. Elvis, thank you so much. That's great. Now let's get the power shares. Let's get the power shares. Let's not stop tapping. Let's get the power shares. Press the forehead on the screen and invite your friends over. You guys are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. All right, so we get the class started. Elvis already reminded us we got the class started. So today, let's get it started. Give me 1 second. So just to tell you how serious this is, I have my notes because I want to make sure that we do not miss anything. Where are you? All right. So thank you, Jetsui. Welcome in, Jesui. Welcome in. All right. So when I say stop saving, and I just want to introduce all of this thing on my board before we go in. When I say stop saving, what does this mean? It simply means that if you are putting your money in the bank, you are not building wealth. As a matter of fact, if you leave your money in the bank and you leave your money back, you know what is happening? You are it's good you in your own lifetime, your money is not going to double. There's something that we talk about here. It's called the rule of 72. The rule of 72 tells you how long it takes your money to double. So if you want to know how long it takes your money to double, and I did not create it, it's just like your law of physics. I didn't create it. It just tells you how long it takes your money to double. Basically, how long it takes your 1,000 to become 2,000, 100,000 to become 200,000, or 50 to become 100. What does this mean? It simply means that you take number 72 and divide it by 0.01 and divide it by your interest rate or your rate of return. If your rate of return is 1%, take 72 divided by 1. What does that mean? Right? Put it in the comments. 72 divided by 1. Right? 72 divided by 1. What is that? 72 divided by 1. One thing here is that it's a two-way thing. You have to respond. So, thank you so much, Elvis. If you're new, and make sure you click on the follow button. Keep tapping out the like. You should know, we want to know that we don't have BOTs here. We want to make sure that they're human. So if you're new here, make sure you click the follow button so that we can also welcome you properly into the family. Thank you so much for sharing out the life and tapping out the life. So 72. So it simply means that it takes you 72 years if you are getting an interest rate of 1%. 1%, it means that it takes you 72 years to double your money. Who likes to hear that the money that he puts in the bank is going to take him 72 years to double? If you like that, say yes. If you don't like it, put no in the comments. I like 72 years, right, to double my money, right? Because that singular thing can separate somebody that is gaining financial freedom and somebody that will remain paycheck to paycheck even after year 60 or 65 of working, after 40 years of working. That singular thing, because look at it, somebody else, if you put it in an investment that is putting a 10% return, in 7 years the money is not going to double. But that puts the money and is getting interest of 1%, or you are getting, to make it matters worse, the bank even do 0.01%. So that is even worse. Okay, 0.01%. That means that it's going to take you 7,200 years. As crazy as it sounds, but that's what you sign up for. If you in all those big banks, Chase, Wells Fargo, or Bank of America, or those big banks in your country, that's what you get, right? That is what you get. And let's keep tapping out the live. Thank you all for tapping out the live. I know we are all locked in, but let's keep tapping out the live. Share out the live. Invite your friends over. For you to gain financial freedom, what do you need to do? You need to stop saying. That's number one, right? As a family, what do? You start investing as a family. So the first thing, that's the first thing I want us to understand, right? Most families don't lose wealth because they don't earn enough. So understand that a lot of families, it's not like because especially in the Western world, but husband and wife are working, right? It's not because they are not building wealth because they are not earning enough. They lose it because they never build a financial system. They never build a financial system. All right? They never build a financial system. Tonight, I'll show you 10 systems every family needs to build lasting wealth and generational financial freedom. The Grace, do you want to come on the panel, or is that a mistake? Do you have a question, or do you want to come on the panel? I see you request the Grace cheers, right? Make sure you get your daily admin. Make sure you click on the follow button. Let me know if you have a specific question or you want to just come on the panel. Most families, is not a function of earning. It's not a function of income. Income is not the problem. The problem is that they do not have a system. They do not have a family system. Tonight, you will learn 10 systems that you need to actually put in place to gain financially, to become financially free in your family, or to gain to become financially free, or to and also gain financial freedom, right? Because guess what? Some families, they make, have you heard of some families whereby they make so much money, they build so much money, but guess what? Okay, you're well, that's okay. They make so much money, but guess what? As soon as one person, like that particular, the number one person that made that money, as soon as the person grows old and passes on, the children cannot manage it. The children, the wealth does not translate to the next generation. You would have heard that, right? Yes, if you've heard something like that before, put yes in the comment or no, right? Whereby there is some people that is a multi-billionaire, or even a trillionaire, then all of a sudden the next generation, yes, you've heard that exactly. So those are things that we want to, how do you structure it right? Because if you don't train your children to, or you don't make your children to understand, if you work hard, you build all this wealth. So like me, I own double-digit real estate portfolio. So what do I want to, how do I ensure that this kind of wealth translates to the generation and the next generation after? Okay, that's part of the things that we're going to be talking about. But even before that, as a family, you, the one that you be as an individual or as a family, how do I even build that wealth, right? It's not a case of, a lot of families are living paycheck to paycheck when they should really not, but because they don't have a system. It's not because they're not earning enough. Income is not the problem. And if income is the problem, we will talk about how to increase your income. That's part of what we teach here, right? That's part of what we teach here, how to increase that income, because your wealth starts with income. So the first thing first that I want us to talk about is financial education. So if you put kids put kids in the comment, kids, KIDS, put it in the, or put what do we put? Well, whatever. Teach put financial education in the, if you want to learn about. Okay, thank you so much. I was trying to put something. Okay, so let's start with that, right? How do you structure this, right? When it comes to number one, your kids. I'm very passionate about kids. The first thing first is that you need to start teaching. You need to start teaching your kids early about financial literacy. Okay? Teach your kids early about financial literacy, or teach your kids about money early. Teach your kids about money early. And you're wondering, how early can this be? Welcome in, everyone. If you are new here, welcome in. Drop one in the comments. Also, make sure you click on the follow button. Make sure you click on the follow button. If you're sitting there for more than a minute or two, make sure you click the follow button. We want to make sure that we don't have BOTs here. So we want to know we are real people, and also to welcome you formally to the $1 Million League. Tonight is about the family and finance. We only do this on Sunday nights. Then Monday through Friday, we're teaching things, more things, right? More things, real education, right? We are on a July financial freedom drive. That's July, to help you for the next 6 months, right? So that you can revisit your finances. So make sure you click on that follow button if you're new here. Also, if you're new, drop one in the comment, and also comment where you are connecting from. JHB, welcome to the family. Welcome to the family. So we're talking about the first thing first to ensure that you set up your family towards for financial freedom is when we talk about the kids, start teaching your kids early. How old can you start teaching your kids? As early as when they know. 1, 2. Hello everyone, Miss Libra, welcome in. How are you? Make sure you click on that follow button. So good to have you. Let me know where you're connecting from as well. So teach your kids early. How early? At the age of 1, 2, 3. As soon as they know. How can you do this? One of the ways that you can do this, you can use even the budgeting. Show them It can be like, okay, you show them, okay, I give you this. Maybe they do little chores, or you reward them. Maybe they do so well in the grade. It could be anything. You could show them that way. Like, you start teaching them. Let them understand the value of money. Okay, let them understand the value of money. Let me tell you one of the things that we started doing this Christmas. The last Christmas, we've been doing it before, but one of the strategies that we introduced this last Christmas was we just bought basic needs for the kids. So for instance, the person that needs laptops, get laptops. Santa brought laptops. The one that needs an iPad, Santa brought iPads, right? The one, whatever you need, that's what we bought. But guess what? We now packaged each of the child. We gave them a certain dollar amount, and then we told them, you know what? You can do this with this money. You can decide. We took them to the store. We said you can save some of the money. You can actually spend some of the money. You can actually use it to buy whatever you bought. But guess what happened? For the first time, there's one person in my family that when you go to the store, guess what she's going? She wants to buy everything in the store. For the first time ever, I heard it that a girl is, I mean, somebody is saying that a little child is telling me that, Mom, I cannot afford it. Pick this thing. I started making choices, right? I cannot afford it, Mom. I can. I'm like, oh, it's beautiful. Why don't you get it? Mommy, I looked at my money. I cannot afford it, right? Because I also want to save some. I don't want to spend some. That is when you start inculcating it in your kids, right? As early as possible. So start them with your money early. The other thing is that start putting money aside from that for them. What do I mean? Instead of you spending all the money on all those big gifts and all of that, take some of the money and put it in custodial account. Custodial account. Put it in the comment section. Custodial account. So you know that you can actually open accounts for kids, right? Do we know that we can open accounts for kids? Do we know? Somebody puts it in the comment, and let's keep tapping now. Can we get it to 10,000 taps? This is family and finance. We're talking about financial freedom in the family, right? So every member of the family, how do we ensure that we set every member of the family up for financial freedom? Now we're still talking about the kids. So if this is what if you're new here, make sure you click on the follow button. Hey, thank you so much for the daily happy. If you're new here, put one in the comments. I am new here. Put one in the comments and let's tap out the live. Where do I open this account for this child? The bank account, the same way where you have your account, right? Good morning, good morning. Where do you open the account? The same place where you open. Yeah, if you're new, make sure you click on the follow button. Let me know the country where you're connecting from, right? Welcoming everyone. So, good question, user, right? Where do you open the account? The same place where you open your account, but you ask them for a custodial account. Somebody put custodial account put it in the comment. Custodial account, a brokerage account, you savings account, brokerage account. Yes, you can open everything for the kids. The only thing is that it's going to still be under you. All right, it's under you. Okay, good question. It's under you. You open a custodian account. You can open a custodian account. Thank you so much. All right, you just did say that again. Let me see. I did rot. You can also do rot, right? But the only thing there has to be the business side, okay? Because and the child needs to be doing a job for you. The job can be as little as he's picking up the paper from the printer. The job, it could be as, what she picks, so a 2-year-old, what can a 2-year-old do, right? He can tell the child to pick up the paper from the printer. I sent you, go pick up the paper from the printer. That is a job, okay? That is your kid's job, a 2-year-old. And you'll be so surprised. That particular thing, you can also, if you have your business, it's what's it called? Is an exception, or what's it called? Tax deductible. It's tax deductible, right? For you. So that's how it's being done. And that's how you introduce them early. Remember, start them early, right? So if you have a teenager, there's no, if you're in the Western world, like my own teenager is working at the pool. Some people may not agree with this. right? That's why you also want to teach them some life lessons. My own child as of today, the only reason I allow him is as a teenager to go do such job because he's able to swim. So he's a lifeguard at a pool. He gets paid. Guess what? Between 50 to 70% of that money goes into his Roth IRA. Guess who is going to be by the time he's already 18 or something? He can get his first house as well. He can get his first house, and as he's going to college, he's probably getting a down payment for his house already. So those are the ways that you set up the kids. But if you set them up even early enough as 2 years old, right? As early as 2, you can let them know the value of money. Okay, so set up a custodian account for them. Any question on the custodian account? Any question on the custodian account? All right, any question on the custodian account? Teach them. Another thing is that let them know how to budget. So you can actually, from time to time, I see some families where they do Monopoly. The game Monopoly, right? Some family plays it. You can play such so that you can start teaching them as early as possible. The other thing is that savings. I've talked about custodian accounts. Open a custodian account for them. Which of them? What do you want me to explain? The grace ears. What do you want me to explain? Explain which one exactly. All right. If you're new here, make sure you click on the follow button. When you set the custodian account, do you invest? Okay, let me explain again. The custodian account, remember, there is the savings side and there is the investment side. And I'm going to show you the different accounts. We talked about that. So back to what you're talking about, there is the custodian account on the investment side. So you can have a Roth IRA for them. You can have a brokerage account for them. Just the same way, the same thing that you have for yourself. On this side, you can have a savings account for them. If that's what you want IU savings account. But I really don't see any reason why you need an IU savings account for them, right? Except there's a particular reason why you need that IU savings account, right? But you can have a Roth IRA for them, and which is for their retirement, and you can have a brokerage account. It's going to be under your name, all right? Okay. Does that answer your question? Let's keep tapping out the live. Let's get into 10,000 taps. If you're new here, 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Make sure you click on that follow button. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. I know we are all locked in. We are all locked in. And you might be thinking this is United States. It's not about United States. I remember, I have some of my cousins or my family, whereby back in Africa, you would see them, they already open an account for them, right? As early as 1-2 years old. Exactly. Akiyemi, welcome to the family. So if you're new here, make sure you click on that follow button. 2 minutes is enough for you to determine if this is value adding to you or not. If it's something you are looking for, right? Easier businesses, real estate, financial freedom, getting to set up your family, towards financial freedom, right? It's enough for you. Click on that follow button if you have been here for 2 minutes. 2 minutes is enough. I do that whenever I go into a life. Otherwise, if it's not value adding, you see me, time is money, I scroll past. So can we buy stock for the customer? Exactly. Yeah. Of course, that's what is the purpose. You open the account, you fund the account to start buying it. Please, okay, whatever. Okay. I think I need to go all the way in, right? All the way in. Whenever I say open the account, it means that you put money in there and you're going to trade. You're going to buy ETF in there, whatever you're doing with yourself, right? In terms of whatever you have in your own Roth IRA or whatever, you're doing it for them. You can even do something a little bit riskier. So let's say you're already in your 40s or you're in your 50s. You don't want to do something ETF that are risky. You can simply buy S&P 500 and just leave it there. You can buy NASDAQ 100 and just leave it there. So you need to buy, okay? Can you set a custodian account for your unborn children? No, you cannot, because I think you need this unborn, you need a social security. But guess what? You can still do it. How? You open the account and start putting the money for them in your own account. All right. When it's time, you transfer it to them, right? But the only thing is that you cannot You cannot do it with Roth IRA. You open a brokerage account or you just open a regular account and you have it as in your name. And when that child comes, right, what's going to happen? You transfer the money into the account. But that is an absolutely great move. All right. So your child is already having thousands of their in the account, even though it's not yet in the stomach, right? Yes, yes. What's another question? So we buy the stock. Yes, you buy ETF. We talk about ETF here because it helps with diversification. So just to Uche, what you were saying earlier, let me just address it. So let me tell you, like my kids, we have, instead of us doing 529, 529 is the education funds, right? Education funds to help them to college. Here in the United States, education is college is very expensive. What you don't pay in elementary, middle school, high school, you pay everything in college, right? Times two or times five. So it's a big deal. So what do we do? Instead of do 529, 529 wasn't working for us. We bought real estate, but all those houses for each of the child is in our name until when that child, it's time for it to go to that child. Okay, but we know it in our mind that okay, it's for the child, okay, but it's still in our name. So you can do that for an unborn child as well. All right. On week application, on you mean on which application is the account? It depends on the country, okay? If you're in the United States, you can actually do Fidelity, right? Fidelity, Vanguard, Schwab. Remember, it's on the investment side, any brokerage account. If you're in the UK, there's Trade 212, there is eToro. If you are in Canada, there's Wealth Simple. If you are in Africa, you're in Nigeria, you're in Ghana, there's Bamboo, there's Standard IBTC, right? Or just simply check brokerage firm in your country. Where can I invest in your country, right? Investments, investment companies or whatever, brokerage firms, investment firms, right? That's it. Okwa just joined the family. Okay. Did I miss any question? Great question, everyone. Great question. And thank you all for tapping out the live. Really appreciate that. If you'll be sitting here for more than a minute or two, welcome in. We're talking, it's family and finance night. We only do this on Sundays where we are trying to get our families, every member of the family towards financial freedom, setting up our family towards financial freedom. That's what we talk about. But regularly we tell you, you need to stop saving. You need to start building wealth. You need to stop saving. If you want to build wealth, you start investing here, right? That's how you get to the $1 million status. That's how you gain financial freedom, right? And we're talking about the kids right now. I am using Fidelity in UK for children. Oh, there's Fidelity. I did not know that there's Fidelity. I didn't know that there's Fidelity in the UK. Okay. I thought that was in the US. That's news. All right. We get to learn. We get to learn. Can I use Bamboo to buy easy? Absolutely. Yes, you can. You can use Bamboo to buy ETF. It's, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, great question. Let's keep it coming. If you're new here, make sure you click on that follow button and let's power share. Let's get the power share to about 20. If you're new here, put 1 in the comments. Put 1. I'm new here. We have 30 countries represented here. I opened one for my son 3 months ago. 3 months old baby Rod. Yeah. Awesome. That's how it's been done. That's how you see when they say that one child is a Roth baby. I mean, he's a trust baby, right? You see it, I'm a trust baby. Or you know what, this child came in wealth. That's how it's been done. That's exactly how it's been done. And yes, your parents might not have done it for you, but you can do it for your own children and build generational wealth. There was a musician back in, probably you know him, Davido. He was flying his father's private jet, and somebody was trolling him that, oh, you know what, you're driving, you are in your father's private jet. Do you know his response? He said, well, how come your own father doesn't have a private jet? How come, right? That was funny, but really, that's a very valid question. What's the minimum amount to buy an ETF? You can buy with $1. With $1, you can start investing in ETF, okay? $1. I'm new here from Nigeria. Welcome in. AZ, welcome in, right? Make sure you click on the follow button. For everyone that is new, make sure put 1 in the comment. Let me know where you're connecting from. State the country or the state where you're coming from. If you're in the United States, I'm in Texas, the United States. Put 1 in the comments where you're connected from, and of course, make sure you click on the follow button. Get your daily ask me about the life. Get your pen and paper ready. In the UK, custodial account is bare trust investment account. That is the closest equivalent to the UK. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yes, Nkechi, thank you. So for the UK, you see it right there, right? Right there. I can tell you about the one in the US, right? But I know we have 20, we have 30 countries. Ireland, welcome in, Ireland. Gucci Gaming. Gucci, I hope you are not using all the money to buy Gucci. We use it to buy